Hello and welcome to another MCO update on Ethereum. Yeah, on the Ethereum chart, we can still witness a potential upside reversal attempt from the April low. The rally, however, is only in 3 waves up so far, but that fits perfectly the idea of a potential A wave that happened to the upside, an A wave rally, which could now be corrected in a so-called B wave. Again, I've got the support area on the chart on the smaller time frame as well. We can take a look at that in more detail in a minute. But from here, a C wave rally. So when the price gives us that pullback in wave B, we can watch for a C wave rally to the upside. That might form a larger A wave, and the same routine continues. Yeah, the same process continues because the move to the upside, if this really is a fifth wave to the upside on the larger time frame chart, then it likely is going to form an ABC structure. And I've given my best here to add, let's say, nano patterns that kind of fit into this. But that can only be an initial assessment. These structures will likely change because it's impossible to say how exactly a correction or a corrective rally, even like in this case, will unfold. But we always track ABC structures first. And then based on that, obviously, we can refine when we see more price data come in. For now, what really matters is that the micro support area is holding, which is between $1,477 and $1,671. The entire pattern to the upside from the June 22 low can be seen as a so-called ending expanding diagonal. That is speculative because these patterns are not very common, and the fourth wave is too deep to really be clearly a fourth wave, but it's still valid. And other interpretations are quite relevant as well, quite valid as well. So it's difficult to pick the right one here. And especially the fact that the rally from the April low is only a 3-wave move up so far means we have to be on the side of caution. Now, what I'm telling you on the daily chart is that this B wave pullback is due. On the smaller time frame, though, we can still watch for one more high as long as we're holding micro support. So we're going to talk about that right now. Looking at the short-term chart. Hold on, I need to open that first. Looking at the short-term chart, you can see that this B wave, which I just showed you on the larger time frame, it might have begun already. You see here this support area between $1,477 and $1,670 already. I was watching for a 5-wave move up here. That can still happen, by the way. I'm going to talk about that. But I've shown here in blue, on the smaller time frame, it's shown in blue, the pathway into this lower support region. And the thing is, Bitcoin has already formed potentially 5 waves up. Ethereum hasn't. I've been tracking the Nasdaq in parallel, which has also pretty much formed the 5-wave move up from the 21st of April low, actually. So it could also have formed a local top or is about to form a local top. Ethereum has, it's just formed 3 waves only. So the problem here is, on the Ethereum chart, it's just not, the Ethereum price is just not hurried up enough to complete a 5-wave move before Bitcoin completed it. And because Bitcoin is still leading, Ethereum has to follow. So if Bitcoin comes down now because it fulfilled already the minimum expectations of the upside pattern, then Ethereum will likely not move against Bitcoin. It will likely not move up while Bitcoin is already correcting. So that being said, even Bitcoin could form another high. I encourage you to watch my Bitcoin videos. But either way, what I'm tracking here on the Ethereum chart is already this as a main support area. We can say main support for wave B. And this up here is a micro support area with some structural support levels. So all I'm saying, this white scenario that allows for higher prices remains intact for now, as long as the market holds above $1,762, because it could stretch out higher like that in a more extended pattern. But the invalidation point is at 1,733. Already a break below 1,762 would suggest that a larger correction is unfolding. This would indicate that further confirmation for that. So waiting to see if the market responds positively before we get a break below 1,762 and the red line at 1,733. I'll keep you updated, so I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.